Have you guys started speaking to Michael Chandler yet? Has there been any movement on that at all, or have there?
We've talked to Chandler. Yeah.
Does it look promising, or?
Yeah, I like him. I like the kid. So we'll see.
If you brought him in, what level do you put him at? Tony Ferguson in Fight Island, maybe, or like what?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'd have to see timing and see what's available, and it's more than just is he going to fight? The number 1 or number 2 or number 3 guy. That's all about timing.
Dead.
So this is story time again. So this one's a mix. Sometimes I tell stories. Sometimes I just give you some information and insight into the rules and how we make our decisions. Today, luckily enough to me, I have Dr. Davidson. He's the chief physician with the UFC, and he's going to help us explain the back of the head rule and why it's done. I also have Sal D'Amato being one of the top judges. He's also got a really nice head for this demonstration. Okay, so first of all, I'll tell you about the rule. The back of the head is something that became a rule. Cecil, don't quote me on this, I'm just telling you what Cecil told me. Cecil Peoples, who has a lot of knowledge about the history of combat sports, told me that it used to be called a submarine punch. And it was a very dangerous punch, and that's why it became illegal in boxing. How it became illegal in MMA, we were using a different area, and the rule has changed a few times. So some people believe that the back of the head rule is actually this area right here. The hole turned to the side starts back here. And so when they see blows here, they think that that's actually a foul, but it's not. The main thing, and now there's a story behind that, but let's get into what the actual area is. The main area that we want to protect is the nape of the neck. So imagine from this, look up a little bit. Imagine from the top of the ears around this area right here. That's what we're most concerned with. This area right here we throw in also as a hybrid rule. It's called the hybrid rule. And so when someone has someone's back, they have to have something to punch at. This is a 3-dimensional sport. This area is okay to punch, but not directly here and not here. Dr. D, would you like to explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, Herb really just laid it out anatomically great. This area here that we're trying to protect, there's 2 things here. We have the basilar skull, which is a very vulnerable area. And then obviously we have the cranial-cervical junction, which is where the brain attaches to the spinal cord, the first cervical vertebral body. So this would be the actual area that we'd be most want to protect during a fight.
Okay, so how we got to this hybrid rule is actually when the commission, our sport moved in California, our sport moved from the Indian reservations, and the commission started regulating it. We became more active with the different commissions. I started going to the ABC, the Association of Boxing Commissions, and one of the chief physicians had a diagram he showed with what he wanted to be the back of the head, because with MMA, they saw a lot of punching here. And he had the whole head. It looked like, someone wearing headphones. I think they called it headphones rule. And I refereed a fight, and not everybody was on board with this. I had talked to the main commissions, they were, but not everybody knew about it. I refereed a fight, and I gave a guy a penalty for hitting in that area, because that's what we had decided. I came under a lot of criticism. Big John had retired. This was the first time he retired. He was a commentator. He actually wrote an article saying, hey, that was a bad blow. That's not the back of the head. I called him. I wrote an article back. I showed him. I referenced the different doctors who had presented it and the diagram. So this guy, John, it chapped him so bad that he made a crusade to get that rule change. And he did a lot of work at the APC, and God bless him for doing it, because I think our sport is three-dimensional and we need somewhere to be able to punch at these times. And so he got what we have now, what we call the hybrid rule, here and here. So when you see punches thrown here, this is not actually a foul. A blow here would be a foul. A blow here is a fair blow. A blow here is a foul. That's the back of the head, and that's the little story about how we got to the rule. Hope it was helpful for you. Thank you. Dr. Thank you, Sal.
What is your take on Colby Covington?
I like him. I like Kobe.
Yeah, see, I don't know. So I had to ask you. I didn't know what your take on him was.
I don't know Kobe. I spoke to him one time, and we were kind of talking about some of the stunts we've been pulling.
Yeah.
And
he's got a big fight with Tyron, man. My boy Tyron's going to fight him coming up, and really soon, actually, a couple weeks.
I think he's going to beat Tyron. I think Tyron's. I think this is what happens when a fighter loses. He goes through a domino effect. He goes through a domino effect of you lose and you keep losing. Like, you have to fix exactly what's going on up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to fix. There's something that's not allowing you to become the best again. You got to pinpoint that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. And I don't think it's going to be a family. Like, it's going to be something within you. So if Ty can kind of figure that out, then he'd be a tough match for anybody, even for Kamaru Usman once again. But there's something ever since he's lost that it just. You see it. I've seen it with guys like Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? It's like I almost feel like he's kind of like in those same trenches, in that same water. So if he's able to fix the mental side, I think he could win this fight. But I just don't see him. I think Colby Covington has a style. He has the fight. He has the grit, and I think he's going to grind out. Tyron Woodley for 5 rounds, if not even stop him, because. I think he's got more grind than Gilbert Burns. He has a little bit more grind than Kamaru Usman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Covington, man.
You don't think it'll play a role that he was kind of had that, Tyron's always been his big brother in the gym and took care of him and kind of was always better in the gym kind of thing. Do you think that mentality is going to take effect, or you think that that's not going to be an issue? I think that's where Tyron's going to pull deep and be able to come out stronger than he did with Usman and come out stronger than he did with Burns. And I don't know how Colby's going to act, because, being the kind of the little brother in that scenario and how he's grown since then, I don't know how that's going to be either.
Well, remember too, Mike, people get better, man. There's guys that used to beat me too, true. Or that used to compete against me during the gym. You see them now, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different, It's just different, man. With time, people get better. And even if that is true, as a competitor, as I know as Cody is, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. So he knows Tyron's strength. So for that reason, he may disrespect him on camera, but in the octagon, he's going to respect him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's ready, man. He's a gamer, bro. I respect Colby Covington because he's a good dude, man. From what I've heard from people, but he's playing the hill. And we're all buying into it. I love it. I like it. I mean, you think some of the cringe shit that I think people are with me? It's like, no, but the difference between me and Kobe is I back it up.
Yeah.
I back it up, man. I got my 2 belts. I defended both of them. I got the right, man.
Dustin Poirier kind of broke our heart this week. He said he's not fighting Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that? Will there be another fight for Ferguson, or is this possibly salvageable? What do you think?
No. Okay, we're not even trying to salvage it. We're getting another fight.
Another opponent for Ferguson?
Yep.
Cool. And
that'll happen.
No way. That's great.